Hey guys, this video is gonna be kind of a follow along for manually setting your exposure. We're outside, it's night, and we're gonna be trying to capture pictures of the stars. For this example, I am using the Canon EOS R. It is also the middle of winter and it's about -10 degrees out here. So we're gonna try and go quick.
Hey guys, make sure you stay to the very end of the video. I will share the final edited photo so that you can see what we captured here.
We've got an old fence right here that we're gonna try and frame up. So I'm gonna go ahead and put my tripod down in the snow. All right, so for this, I am going to set my camera to manual and I'm gonna crank. Right now my shutter speed is at 5 seconds. I'm gonna crank it all the way up to 15 seconds. So you can see now, it says that we are underexposed. So I'm gonna up my ISO here. And I'm gonna, because it's so dark out here, I'm gonna up my ISO to 6400. And that should be pretty close. I'm gonna turn off my headlamp.
So you can see once I turn off my headlamp, I get an accurate reading on the exposure meter. The reading comes back a little bit overexposed, but in this situation, I'm actually okay with that.
Okay, so now I'm gonna turn off my headlamp. I'm gonna press the shutter button. We'll see after 15 seconds how this photo looks and if we actually captured the stars. All right, there is the shot that we got of the stars. Let's do one more just to make sure that we got it. Okay, so one more time here. You can see that I've got my aperture set as low as it will go, which is as wide open as I can get the iris, which is 2.8. I've got my shutter speed to 15 seconds, and I think we could actually do 20 seconds because I'm not too worried about motion blur because I'm on a really wide angle lens and I'm on a tripod too. And then my ISO, I am going to actually set my ISO a little bit higher to 8,000 and see how that looks. And then I go ahead, turn off my light, and I'm gonna press the shutter button. And let's look at the photo. And I am feeling pretty good about that. I like that all the stars look pretty crisp. So for this shot, we have to try and get as much light as we can, which is why we had to make the ISO a little bit higher. It's gonna create a little bit of grain, but that's just what we have to do to get our sensor sensitive enough to capture what we're trying to capture here. The aperture is as wide open as we can get it, which creates a shallow depth of field. So we really have to make sure that the stars are in focus when we start to take the photo. And some of it's a little bit of trial and error. And then, once again, because it's very dark out here, we set a really high shutter speed. And to prevent a lot of motion blur, we got to use this tripod so that everything is nice and stable. Also, another way that I prevent motion blur is by setting my camera to a 2-second timer, so there's not even the motion blur of me pressing the shutter button. Hey guys, I hope this video has been helpful. I really just wanted to demonstrate how I approach setting my aperture, ISO, and shutter speed, even in really dark conditions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.